Not quite from there, look. Yeah, well now, just a second. Here's the bottom one, yes, how would it turn out? Well, yes, that is, from this strip to the next strip. That's it, well, to the end. Here's the strip, so here it is. No, not to the end. Lower. That is, here is the distance. You see how much she has here, 1/348, and now you can reduce it back as you had it, to 1 and 8 logarithms. Viburnum here, and accordingly, there were 348, and now it will be 348. 279. Yes, there you go. Well, here I am. It turns out that he will buy from me, and when the price goes down here. But I don't believe that he at least wants me to have all my purchases at this level. That's it. Then what? But again, with the help of the logarithm, you can play around, that is, look. That is, let's say I need to put not 1 and 8 here, let's say there will be 5, yes, as it were, well, we put 5. Well, there are 5 5s, there is no logarithm. Yeah. Here it is until 2 and 9. The maximum value is 2 and 9. Oh yeah. Well this. Well it's not that much really. I mean, well, I just can't wait for him to buy at this level, you know. Yeah, what am I talking about? I mean, well, here's 2 and 9, let's see. But again, if you want, you can in any case put Carters using the own mode. In other words, you can independently specify the margins and values for one or another orders. That's how you should have a mouse. Please show me how it is done. I'm not sure, I don't know how, and that's the job. So look. Here, that is, here you add orders specifically, here you set a stop. That is, you have, for example, some percent of the volume there, but again here that is, well, it's hard to say. Because you again used to have 50% of the martingale for orders. That is, because of the 50% martingale, to be honest, I do not know how the distribution will be there. That is, mathematically, between the 4 orders is correct. Here, that is, you basically set the same settings, yes, that is, you set the same for orders, 5% overlap, that is here. In what way? For example, you have the first one, that is, with an indentation there, you had an indentation in my opinion 02, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if that's the case. And well, let's just put it here, by the percentage of volume, so that it's just clear. It's not important to us that it works, it's important that there are just simple values. That is, there is some volume there, taking into account 50% of the martingale, it is somehow distributed there, yes, we presented it there. Here you have an extreme order, at 5%, yes, that is, well there, taking into account the first indentation of 5 and 2. Then you, for example, put here, well, that is, when you have orders there you want to be executed, well, that is, there, for example, for 0.5%, yes, and this one, for example, is there for I don't know, for 3.5. Well, it's just all conditional anyway. I mean, yes, and it turns out that if we, well, in any case, I have to do something with these volumes so that it just gets up. Look at the preview, now we'll see that they are so arranged, yes, that is, we have almost an indentation here, that is, there are 2 orders, they are right in each other, yes, because they have a small step, and this one, well, 3.5% is a lot, yes, that is, if you want him to be here, we probably put it there even less. Well, in general, the point is that this is how you can manually put exactly where you want the orders. Yes, only there is a little uncomfortable something from the last one, that is, the indentation needs to be adjusted just the same. That is, the last indentation there, for example, that is if you put a grid of 5%, but then, respectively, from the first to the last there should be 5. From the first, yes. Well, that is, look here, you have the first indentation 02, and the last indentation you have 2. That is, you get your grid of orders, 1, 8. Because the overlap is the distance from the first to the last order in the grid. You have the first indentation at 02, with indentation, yes, and the subsequent order, the last one. It will be at 2%, that is, there is a distance of 1 and 8 between them. If you want to have a distance of 5% as in your old grid, yes, then you can put 5,2. In other words, in this case, you will have 5% between the first and the last opero. Well, look, it seems to me that here he is, as it were. Well, if I have a profit, as it were, the volt profit goes directly. And isn't it easier for me, isn't it easier for me, to take the proven fact that everyone takes this bot dollar, and the fact that you recommend this bot, and with the help of it is already the same. Now, just a second. The same thing to do. How many will be here? Well, let's say there. Just there. So let's make a profit here. Figure it out. Ah, well, here it turns out the indentation is even more, well, as it were. So the robot that you all recommend, is it even more conservative than mine? No, it's not even more conservative. It's 3% overlap. You had 5% overlap. In general, this bot, we do not recommend it. It is not a recommendation. All the years that we represent, in general, we do not recommend anything at all. This is our company policy. We are just offering examples. These are all examples. They can be both good and bad. Why is that? Because, well, the market situations are different. Today it works, tomorrow it doesn't work. And so, well, 3% overlap is not a conservative setting. 3% of the overlap is a very aggressive grid. Even 5% of the overlap is a very aggressive grid. The conservative grid is considered there from 20 to 5%. Yes, 30% of the grid is conservative. Here, but in fact, that is before that, these are well aggressive settings. Yes, that is short. There is a short price step covered, and because of this, that is, the orders are located close to each other. That is, these are all very aggressive settings. It cannot be called conservative. Therefore, that is this bot. It is also not a bit conservative. It is on the contrary. That is, it aims to make as many short trades as possible, that is, to enter into transactions as often as possible, even, and accordingly, there is such a take profit there, that there is a take profit in this bot, 0.5%. This is done the same in order to exit transactions faster. And accordingly, the commission will be understandable for you. Well, the size of the commission here is generally like, well, it's a little not. How to say it correctly? Well, that is, he does not play, rather, they do not play a role here, right? That is, if, well, we are considering specifically the case with grids and conservative settings, then, well, what difference does it make how much commission, if there is more of a question about the fact that we are just doing safer positions there? Yeah. But in general about the commission, I mean, I know that $50 a month is the maximum, right? Here, I have just paid there, well, something in my opinion, $50, and paid as it were. How to find out? That's what I can't figure out at all. Not per month, but per calendar month. Our counters have been reset since the 1st of January. Here, every first day of the new month, our counters are reset. That is, if you had a commission counter of $50 filled, yes, that is, you received more than $250 of profit, then in this case, the commission stops for this current month, calendar month. In other words, you get it, most likely the commission counter was filled in last month, and the commission payment started again on the 1st of January. That is, look here, you see the commission on the 28th, 29th, and then on the 3rd, here. And what happens if you don't top up the commission? If the account goes away, well, if in general, when the work is finished, their work, they drive the balance into a minus. If the balance is in the red, then the new bots do not start, they stop with the error, there is not enough balance of the service. And the old bots that are in transactions, they bring them to the end, and accordingly, after that they also stop.